Hello everybody, it's Bethany Drew here with Stampin' Up! In Valparaiso, Indiana. And it is a beautiful fall day today, but we're already through 1 week of November, and right now the time just keeps ticking, right? Ticking until Thanksgiving and then Christmas. So it's kind of crazy how fast time flies once November hits, and which is why we're focusing on SNOWBODY BETTER today. I may have in the background some Christmas music on. My boys, not all, most of my boys like Christmas music, but some of them are like, Mom, it's not even Thanksgiving. Why are you listening to this? But I'm like, I'm prepping for my Christmas card class and I'm getting ready for it. And I don't know about you, but I love Christmas music. So I could listen to it year round. In fact, funny story, when I was in college, my roommate had a rule for me that I had to wait till after Halloween. I think one time she walked in my room and it was September or something and I was listening to some Christmas music and she's like, no, we have to wait till at least after Halloween. So I may have snuck it in a little bit here and there when she wasn't there, but but yes, I love Christmas time. Now the SNOW, that word, I don't really like for real until December hits. And then I'll take snow all December and January, but I wish it would stop in February. I know most of us do, right? Hey, Teresa. But my boys love when we get lots of snow. We have a snowmobile, and so I do love when we get snow, especially over Christmas break. It's kind of a bummer when we don't get snow over Christmas break because the boys are like, what are we going to do? But I think a couple years ago it was warm enough for us to go hiking in the dunes. So I guess I'll take that if it's not snowing. But anyhow, we're going to jump into SNOWBODY BETTER so that I know your time is precious, and whether you catch me live, say hi. I know, Teresa, you already checked it. Or if you're watching the replay, give me some hearts if you love Christmas and are excited about getting ready for Christmas. I know it can be kind of a crazy time too, but I just love the reason for Christmas, all the shopping and stuff. I don't get as excited about that, but I love decorating for Christmas. I love making Christmas cards. I love Christmas time. I love Christmas music. I love hot chocolate and warm drinks. And so I love a lot about Christmas. And usually I do a little Advent thing with the boys too, and they get a little chocolate and we read scripture. And so I love Advent time and preparing our hearts for Christmas time. So I love a lot of stuff about Christmas. So let's turn it around so you don't have to stare at me anymore. And let's have some fun. Yay. I've been trying to, most of my day today was, and I really should have cleaned in my kitchen, but I was cleaning in my Stampin' Up! Room because it was getting pretty messy. Let me get that straight there. So whenever you do order from me, you just go to thedrewdaily.stampinup.net. I have an online store right in there that'll connect you if you click on Shop Now, and you can search up anything online. Right now I do have a host code that's live, and that's good through probably Monday the 15th. And those letters are R for MJY6XV. And if you do use this host code this week, I'll give you the pieces to make this card. So even if you don't have the Snowmen stamp set, if you have a different snowman stamp set, or if you have any image that you could put in that circle, because I'll have all the pieces cut for you. This designer paper is from that Whimsical Trees sheet, and it's on vanilla too, and you'll get a little snowflake, so you can do the exact same thing just with a stamp set that you have. So that is, if you order $35 or more with this host code, I will give you the pieces. I'll send you the pieces as a thank you for, again, this snowman card, which I'll talk about that later too. But so that is the stamp set in the holiday catalog that we're looking at today. Hey, Jennifer. Jan, my friend, aren't you supposed to be teaching right now? Or do you have a break? I know I have some people who work during the day and sometimes they sneak off in their warehouse and watch a little bit of my video. So this stamp set's called SNOWBODY BETTER. It's a really cute, I'm a sucker for snowmen. I already have a couple snowmen set, but you can always use more, right? And I love puns. And so this, you know, again, if you already have even the penguin stamp set or another snowman stamp set, all of these sayings are so fun to have. It has stay cool, cold hands, warm hearts, we would melt without you, snowflake hugs, nobody better than you, warm winter wishes, you're snow cool. So to me, those sentiments could be birthday, could be a Christmas time, could be a thank you. So lots of different things you can use with that snowman sentiment. And they just have a card down here kind of shown with misty moonlight and colored in and cut out. I do like how sometimes when you stamp a sentiment and you can cut it out, it looks cute like that. But I'm also going to show you, if you have some ones that have been out for a while, like the snowman season has been out for a couple years and I love it. I don't think I'll ever sell this stamp set because of this, especially this happy snowman right there. He's just so cute. Every time I look at him, he makes me smile. So snowman season, you'll see me use this a little bit with it as well. In one of the cards too, I'll also pop out, because again, don't forget the stamp sets that maybe you purchased last year or the year before. Bring those out and reuse them. So I'll also show you the perfectly plaid kind of a Christmas tree stamp set to use with the snowman as well. And then I've got a couple other pages dear-marked here because when you're using the snowman, these snowflakes are the perfect little background. And again, you'll get one of those snowflakes if you order using the host code this week with the card that I send you, or with the pieces that I send you to make that card. So this is the wonderful snowflakes. You get 24 iridescent foil snowflakes if you get the package of them. And they really are pretty and sparkly. I love them. So I'll show you how those snowflakes are easy accents to use with the snowman as well. And I mean, this deer one would be a great, the peaceful deer would be a great addition. You could use the deer with the snowflakes. Also, a couple weeks ago, I showed you shaker cards with the peaceful cabin. And so these, the snowman would be a great card to make a shaker card too. I'm not going to show that today, but I still wanted to show you on page 37, the subtle shimmer sequins. Those would be a fun accent. This timber embossing folder would be a great one. And you could even use the snowman with these snowy gray and white design paper. So, man, the designer paper and the whole catalog, I think I got it all because it's all awesome. So let me remove those. And I'm so excited that some of you can come to my card class this next week. You'll be making 2 of these cards, 2 of these. They'll probably just be in these colors, the burgundy and the evergreen. Really pretty. 2 cards with the peaceful cabin stamp set. You'll get two cards with the deer, and then also 2 cards with this, the gingerbread and peppermint sweet too. So lots of fun. I'm looking forward to, I think I've got 8 to 10 people signed, 10 people, I think. So that's awesome. I'm trying to get some work in to do pre-cut and get ready for that. So I know you want to see examples. Here's the stamp set close up. This is a, it's a red rubber cling mount stamp set. So this one comes with the stickers that you put on the stamps. And I always leave the backing in my stamp set. So I put the gray rubber side down in my case. Because then when I start cleaning and I put them back, I'm like, oh, I'm missing 2 stamps that are, you know, these smaller stamps. So when you get your cling mount stamps, you don't have to, but this is what I do to kind of remind myself what's missing if I'm missing a stamp. I just put them back in those little slots. But these are really cute. Okay, now this first one could be a fun thank you card, which I already have someone in mind to give this to. That says, "We would melt without you." One of our worship leaders has stepped up a lot this year, and I'm thinking of sending it to him. And then I used a different stamp set that says, "Little things you do so well and so often make a big difference to so many people." But this little stamp that comes with there is just a hat with melted snow. So because I said we would melt without you, I put that on the inside too. So cute. So this is a really simple layered card that I just used. I used a stencil, so if you have big punches, or you could use your dies. I have made stencils out of lots of different dies and punches. So I literally just used this stencil, and I used my blending brush to blend in using Pool Party, that little circle. And then I cut out and I colored these cute little snowmen in with our blends markers. And aren't they adorable? They're so cute. Now this is where I brought in that cute little happy snowman from the other Snowman Season stamp set, because he's just too cute. And he looks cute with the rest of the clump of snowmen, doesn't he? And so this is kind of my, like, so we would melt without you. Like, here's our worship leader doing his thing, and we're all here following his lead. So I thought that'd be perfect for a thank you card. Now, that is a simple one layer, although I popped up and cut out the snowman. So there's no dies that match with this, but they're pretty easy to cut out. But let's do one where we don't cut out the card. I'm going to take out a scrap piece of paper, and we're going to kind of do the opposite of what I did with this one. So I used a stencil to just color in a blue circle. And hey Teresa, now we've got a couple Teresas that are going to be watching me, so I know Teresa Ammons, I know you're already there. Okay, so I'm going to put this just circle punched out in the center, and then I'm going to use the stencil. We've got a lot of masks in the annual catalog with a lot of different patterns that are fun. Polka dots are just classic. So I'm just going to lay that down, and I'm going to hold down the center, and pretty much then I'm going to use this light soft seafoam color. Now it's going to get, everything is going to be polka dotted except for the circle in the center, and that will be able to highlight the snowmen then. So I'm pressing hardest right around the circle that's down there, and then going out. And it's okay, it'll be darker right around the circle, and then it will be gradually lighter. So I'm taking my blending brush, and again I'm going, whoop. Now if you saw that just slid, this is where sometimes if you are really picky and perfectiony and you don't want it to slide, you could totally mask or use washi tape if you did not want that to slide on you. Now to me, it doesn't look like every circle is colored, but you'll be amazed that when you take this off, look how fun that is. So it's a little bit darker around where that circle was. And isn't that fun? And it's nice to use like with a light color, because this time I'm not going to cut out the snowman. I'm just going to stamp right over. But then they will be, the snowmen will be highlighted. You'll see what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to use black, my Memento black, on these cute little snowmen. And this, if you don't have many blocks, this one is the biggest stamp, and it fits on a block, letter E, which is one of our bigger blocks. So as you're collecting stamps, some of you may need to collect some of our acrylic blocks as well. D is one of our, probably the most popular, that most of the stamps, ooh, I got black on my finger. All right. So because that circle is right in the center there, and I want most of the snowmen's faces to be highlighted in that white circle, I'm going to try to stamp so that most of their faces will be in that white circle where I blocked out my stencils with that circle. Now, because this is a bigger stamp, you don't want to rock, but I'm pressing down firmly. Again, if you deal with some arthritis in your fingers, you can just press with the palm of your hand, but you want to press directly down. And look how fun that is. So there's that cute little polka dotted background, but where that circle is, there's not polka dots right over their faces, which is kind of nice. And then the fun of coloring begins. I've done a lot of examples for you already because I don't think you want to watch me color all of these, but it is fun. I love using my blends. So that's what we'll do, is use some of these colors. Since I'm using fresh freesia for the background and I've got soft seafoam in here, let's color the bird in the light misty moonlight. Maybe we'll give the bird a darker belly. So this is where it's fun. If you have our watercolored pencils, there really are so many different ways to color lined art images. Lots of different ways. Make that hat blue. So now that I've got my blue out, I'm just going to try to color a few things with the misty moonlight. This is the light misty moonlight. Color that scarf. Okay, I think I'll leave that. I got one of the things. Now some of the places I might go in with the darker for a little bit of shading. But if you feel like you're no good at shading, it's really okay. Purple, let's add lots of purple. So this is the light. I'm gonna go in with the light fresh freesia first. And see, because I use the light color with the mask with the polka dots, when you color over it, you can't really see the green of the polka dots. So that's kind of the fun of using the colors. Let's see, I'm gonna use all three colors in that. Two of the little bows. Isn't it cute? They're holding little snowballs with ribbons around them. It's just fun. Okay. Oh wait, I was gonna add. a little bit of purple in that one. Yes. I like the purple. We'll add all the colors in this one. Blue, purple, green, blue. And that one should be green. So yes, coloring takes a little bit of time, but it's so worth it. And it's so relaxing to me. I think it's fun. Now if you start getting tired of coloring, you don't have to put so much thought into it. I'm just going to make this scarf all green. Same with that one. And see, I didn't do a ton of shading with some of these colors. I'm going to leave some of those light. Oh, that was the dark. I'll come in with the dark purple with the hat. And the scarf, and then the ribbon. And we'll color all the noses with the papaya color. Hello! Say hi when you come in. Thanks for joining me. Isn't it relaxing to color? You know, more and more these adult coloring books are becoming popular. So these fine art colors are fun ones to use if you enjoy that kind of thing. This little snowflake stamp is from that set too. And I think I'll just add a few purple snowflakes because when you stamp, you can do anything you want. There. And then we'll just fold this together, see how that looks, adding that on top, and then we could just add a sentiment. So still a pretty beginner card. We just used a different color as the card base rather than just doing a one layer. Let me get my, and here's Stampin' Up. Last week I used the Pampered Chef. I do actually have him Stampin' Up on the folders. And then that will add on there. How cute is that with all those little polka dots? And then because I've got the blue in there, maybe I'll use the blue stamp pad to stamp the sentiment. Let's see. Stay cool, warm hearts, snowflake hugs, your snow cool. Let's use your snow cool, because that could be birthday or a thank you. Your snow cool. And again, I love that the sentiments are pretty open-ended. So if you know, I mean, I would love a card like this. So if you know kids or adults who have winter birthdays, and boys or girls, you know, boys or girls can have fun with snowmen. That's where this one, I used more kind of primary colors. A guy could enjoy, a little boy could enjoy these colors in your primary colors. Or a girl could enjoy a snowman card made with some more girly colors. I forgot to color that nose in there. Isn't that cute? So cute. So, so many fun things to think about. Masking, So I did want to show you some easy ways to use that masking technique, and fun different ways to do that. Here is another easy card with just some of our basic designer paper in the background. And then this one I used our watercolored pencils and the blender pens. There's a lot of similar words out there. So the blender pens kind of make, once you color it in with our watercolor pencils, it just helps when you take the blender. Let me show you. I'll just show you off to the side even here. Because here's a red. So say with colored pencils, if you color dark, you're going to get a darker color. If you color real light, you're going to get a lighter. So pressure is something that you can do with the watercolored pencils. And then these are the blender pens, and they're double-ended, and you actually get 3. And look, when you blend that, it really helps it not look like it's just colored in. It blends that color really well. And then all you have to do is make sure you wipe it off on your scrap paper, and when it goes clear, you can move on to a different color. So there really are tons of different ways to color in. This is on, so I used our color and contour dies to get the scalloped rectangle and just stamped it on vanilla. So it's on a vanilla card. So the snowmen look cute on vanilla as well. And you know, while you have your stamp set out, I just stamped the top of the snowmen's heads on this vanilla envelope though then too. So always just a reminder, because I even forget sometimes, but like while you're stamping, it is fun. And I try to have different stamps that you can stamp on your envelopes when you come to my classes too, because it's fun to make a matching one. Here's another fun thing. I stamped on our velvet paper. So that was another thing in that Peaceful Cabin suite. There is also the white velvet paper. And I wish this was like 40 or whatever, and you could reach out and touch this and feel it. It's soft. It is velvety paper, and it's so cool. So you can actually stamp on that velvet. I stamped just with my Memento pad. Now you have to be careful and let it dry a little bit before you start moving it around and coloring. Mine smeared just a little bit, but it still worked okay. I probably should have let it sit for a little bit longer. And then I used my blends markers to color in some bright colors. And then I used my border dies that are in the annual catalog. These are like clouds, but they can also look like snow. Ta-da! And then again, I added a pop of that iridescent snowflake to just add a fun little background. And because it says Snowflake Hugs, fitting that there's a big snowflake in the background. So that is fun that you can stamp. So if you guys have the polar bear or the penguin, some other cute stamps, you can stamp directly on that velvety paper. And then it's fun to have that fuzzy. It just looks a little bit different. Here's the one I showed you earlier. You'll get these pieces, but this is a nice and easy way to stamp. And I didn't, if you're not a fan of coloring, just stamp in a color. So I just stamped the snowmen right in the Misty Moonlight color. So they're already in a blue, and then I didn't add any other color to the snowmen. I just put them on this designer paper. I did use my blending brush with the blues, and I blended a little bit of that Misty Moonlight around the edges to give it a little bit more shading, I guess you could say. But again, a super simple card. And I love that these snowflakes fit. So there's 6 on a sheet. And again, I think you get 48, is 24 or 48. That's a little bit different. I can't remember now what they said. How many snowflakes. But the back of the center of the snowflake fits perfectly one of our regular dimensionals. So you'd think that they almost planned it that way. They're brilliant, I'm telling you. Stampin' Up's getting smarter and smarter, I'm telling you. So again, if you order $35 or more using the current host code that's good through Monday, I will send you the pieces for a card just like this. And even if you don't have the snowmen, you can use a different stamp set to stamp a cluster of whatever you have in your stamping collection and make your own card, but you'll have all the pieces to make a card that looks just like that. Let's see, I showed you masking. Let's do this card now. Okay, now this is using Misty Moonlight, and I'm using some of the same colors that we just did with the other mask color because I love Fresh Vija. And I'm going to show you how easy and fast it is, because some of you might be like, oh, you have to cut it out if you don't have the die. Here I just stamped it out on some scrap paper, and I just usually, when I fussy cut out, you've all heard me tell you this before, but I try to leave a little bit of white space around the stamped image, because then they look at the black perfect lines that's stamped and not your cutting lines, usually. So I try to leave just a little bit of a white border around all that I've stamped. So, and again, my paper snips, these small paper snip scissors are awesome. They're in the annual catalog. You'll find them in the tools. I can't brag enough about these. When I have to cut with something else and I can't find my paper snips, I get frustrated because these are just so nice and easy to cut around. They're nice and small and makes it easy. So again, I'm just leaving a little bit of an edge around there. Oh, guys, when I posted just saying, hey, I'm coming on today, and it's like, are there really only 6 weeks left before Christmas? We always do our Drew Christmas over Thanksgiving, so, you know, half of our family gets done before even Thanksgiving, which is good, but, and now that my brother John, so the Hazen side of the family, will have more people to celebrate with over Christmas, which is fun. So been talking with my sister-in-law and my sister Kristen too on how we're gonna do Christmas together. I think we're just gonna do a kid exchange. I'm gonna end up probably tucking this in, so it doesn't really matter how much I trim the bottom of it. Okay, so you see how I kind of trim that out? It takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it sometimes when you want something in the background. Okay, so if you do not trust yourself to just fold your card in half, remember you can always get out your paper trimmer and let it do the work for you, because then it's real nice and easy. 4 1/4 is exactly half, and then it's scored for you, and voila, nice and easy. Now I'm going to trim off part of this, and it doesn't even need to be like perfectly cut or anything. And here, I just was thinking I had a circle, but I have an oval. I hope I didn't cut that too short. Phew. That'll work. That'll work. Okay, so this is some of that celebration paper that we had, and I have lots extra because I got tons of it, and it was so cute. I love the colors of this Penguin Playmates. If you really wanted to still see the other side, remember my little trick of cutting out, you could cut out the front of it and then see the cute little polar bear and everything on the inside of your card too. But I'm not doing that right now. Okay, so I made this designer paper as tall as the card, so 5.5 inches long. So it fits the whole length of the card. And then it just has 2 little strips of that Misty Moonlight to give it a little bit of a border. Then this is gonna go as a background. So I want to make sure I have that centered right where it needs to be. It's plenty wide. I think think I like the patterned side best. Let me just test that again. All right, so that's going to be kind of on the inside of the card. This Fresh Freesia piece, I think I want to emboss. So we're just kind of showing, let's step it up a little bit, okay? Snowflake hugs, that can also be, it could be snowflake hugs for your birthday, snowflake hugs because I'm sorry you're going through a tough time, snowflake hugs. So I'm gonna stamp that in the corner there. Snowflake hugs because you're awesome. Thank you for all you do. So snowflake hugs could be, you could send snowflake hugs for lots of reasons, right? Even a Christmas card. Okay, so I'm gonna choose an embossing folder to use. I think I like this wintry one, especially because this is, I think it fits almost inside of there. It'll just have a little bit of a border, which is fine. But I like the snowflakes on there. Because it doesn't fit all the way in, I just want to make sure it is straight. Usually that doesn't matter. All right, so I'm gonna run this piece in through my Big Shot. Again, one reason to love, one of the many reasons to love a die cutting machine is these embossing folders, because they add just a little extra awesomeness to your card. And let's see, if I take out my light purple, before I put it down too, if you go over what you've embossed with your blending brush, it'll kind of bring out the things that are raised. So it's going to give just a little bit more detail to the snowflakes, which is kind of fun. If you can't tell, I love my blending brushes because they're awesome. There, how fun is that? That just brings those snowflakes out just a little bit more. Fun? Yes, good times. Okay, so these, I can't stick that in later because it's a little bit too wide. So I want to make sure my snowmen get placed in a spot where none of their faces are. Oh, look at how perfect that works. They're kind of, if they are right at the bottom of my green piece, that works out just perfectly. Love it. I'm gonna pop them up with some dimensionals because I love dimensionals. You guys know I love dimensionals. I find the backings of the dimensionals all over my house. How many of you do? Raise your hand. Give me a like or love if you find the backings of dimensionals all over your house. I can't be the only one that happens to. Can't be. Okay. So now there's just a fun little border of the polka dotted. There's a different background behind the snowmen, which is kind of cute. And again, with this, we can go in with our colors. And I'm going to stay way more basic. I'm not even going to do shading this time. Let's make, no, I'll still go with the blue. Bluebirds. Because bluebirds make sense. This time I'm going to go in and just make single colored hats just to go faster. Maybe double colored, but we'll do a whole row. Going in with the purple first. So this is a faster way to color if you don't have as much time to color. But I really love our blends markers. They're fun. Couple blue ribbon. I think I grabbed the dark. Let me get the... No, that is the light. I'm gonna keep the light then. Let's see, a little bit of blue, blue stripes. Blue, two blues. All right. You know, I'm gonna make this one purple because then the rest is gonna be green. Again, you could leave these guys black and white too, but why when you can color, right? Because it's so much fun to color. We've even got, I think this is like a big, I haven't been coloring this, but now that I'm seeing it again, it's like a big fluffy scarf. Make that a green and purple hat. I think I got everything. Just the noses. Yeah, the mini machine is really nice to have too. Now the mini embossing folders still fit in the big, but having the mini embossing or the mini die cutting machine is nice. I love having it because that's a fun one to travel with. Hey honey.
Hi.
You going somewhere?
Yeah. I'm gonna go to PTA for...
Okay. See, it's so much more fun when you have the colors that fit with the designer paper. Peel off all the backings of that. Line that up in the center. Make that pop up too. Isn't that so cute? Those little guys sneaking behind. So making a little window card, if you have oval, circle dies, even a fun shape of a die. We have a lot of different dies that have different shapes. You could make a little peekaboo window kind of card with these snowmen. They're so cute to pop out of a big, you kind of just want a bigger one with these snowmen. So love it in these colors as well. Okay, last card, because Jacob just got home, but that means it's probably only 2:40 or so, which is nice. It means we're still on time here. One more. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. I don't know if any of you remember, do you guys remember this stamp set? This was out, I don't know, 10 years ago maybe, but it was such a cute snowman. I love snowmen. And so I thought, I know it was so cute. This is one that I saved, that I made and I saved for a long time. Because it just was so adorable. And it was quite a bit of work. It's got the poofy. Ooh, guess what? I think that might be UPS. Might be my more Stampin' Up stuff. Yay! So I can't recreate this perfectly, but I'll show you kind of what I did with this. Now this is kind of a bigger cluster of snowmen. But to make the background first, I'm going to use a couple different trees. One from because I told you I was going to bring back this Perfectly Plaid stamp set. And then one tree from the Whimsical Trees. So this is just fun, just for fun when you have lots of stamps. But seriously, there's quite the deer stamp set, this Peaceful Cabin. There's quite a few different stamp sets that have trees that you could use in the background. But I'm going to use one that looks a little more real, but I wanted them different heights. And I'm going to stamp them in just black, in my Memento black, and then we'll add a little color as we go here. All right, there's a cluster of trees. If I wanted to use, what I'll do, let me see. Say I want to make one of these off to the side, but even shorter. I just ripped a little bit of paper to mask that so I don't get the stem, and I'm stamping it just down below. And then you got a short little tree there. Kind of cute.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
I'm leaving now. I'll be back in like 5, I think.
Okay.
A little before 5.
Okay. Amy's coming over for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.
All right. So using a little bit of masking that way, now we can have some fun with our white craft. And this is where you may get a little messy. You might actually want to take out a sponge dauber. So I keep my sponges and my sponge daubers that I use with white in this container because actually it keeps, you know, our white craft pad is a lot more inky like paint. The white craft. I'm going to sell you, if you do not have the white craft pad yet, I'm going to sell you on how awesome the white craft pad is. And you're going to want it. Okay, because on any dark color, and it looks cool on this craft pad too, or the crumb cake color. I'm just going to dab this in circles, and I'm making my snowy bottom. And this is where, yes, I'm getting some white. But if you love Christmassy and wintry snow scenes, you just are gonna love this white craft. It's just so good to make snowy scenes. I love it. Now I'm just, because this sponge dauber is circular, of course, we're getting little circular motions of snow. But that's kind of fun. It kind of gives it a poofy, snowy look. Okay? Now, if I didn't want to use the big snowflakes, this little just polka dotted stamp is from, what is that one from? A different stamp set. I think it's from the Christmas season, actually. So I'm going to stamp in the white craft a whole bunch of snow. You can stamp it a couple times as you see. Is that Gabe?
Yeah.
You didn't go to Strolling Strings?
What?
I even texted you. I even texted you to remind you that it was Wednesday and you needed to go.
Oh, no. We didn't have Strolling Strings today.
You didn't have it?
Yes, next week.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, I walked into the classroom and all of her chairs were gone, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not today.
Okay. All right.
And she was doing a private lesson.
Okay. Okay, now with the white craft, thank you, Teresa. I know, isn't it fun? The white craft is so much fun. It really is. Because I made a bigger card also with this one, this is a lot bigger. I will probably trim these guys off a little bit just so you can see the trees even. We'll make it work. Now while I let that dry a little bit, we'll color these guys. Because I'm also going to sponge a little bit of yellow because I want to add, I'm trying to think of where I could add a star. Does this one have a star? No. Here we go. The penguin place, that one has a star. Again, a plug for the more you own, the more fun you can have. Where'd my star go? There it is. Put that on a little. And we'll add that to the tallest tree. So there's one star. Let me just test that out here. Yes, I like that. So that's on the tallest tree. And then later I'll use this this crushed curry, so our like a little bit deeper yellow. Later I'll use that to kind of sponge around so it looks like that star is lighting it up. Okay, I'll show you too when we're coloring the snowmen. Let me move this. Oh, I was going to show you one more thing. I tell you guys, time flies. Flies on Wednesday. So I'm using Pool Party. Pool Party, I believe this is light. Yes, the light Pool Party is awesome to do a little bit of shading on white things like snowmen. Makes it look a little bit more, gives it a little bit more of a dimension without you having to really color in. You could probably use a gray too, but I like the Pool Party on the snowmen. Okay, so that's just a couple places. All right, so that's light Pool Party. I think I want to keep it more basic colors. Let's just keep it red, and I might add a little blue. It's so fun to color these guys in, because I'm telling you, whatever colors you use, it just doesn't matter. You can go with anything. Red polka dots, red stripes. Nobody has a red scarf, so we'll make this scarf red. I did one. Okay. This is Shaded Spruce. And I've got Shaded Spruce, and I ended up pulling out a different grain. And so we'll use the two different grains. Make his scarf green. Some blue. And again, the bluebird. Oh, I guess I could have gone with a red bird, couldn't I have? Oh well. I should have. Live and learn. Going in with more red. This is the Just Jade. Oh, I was going to do some green in here too. I don't know if that's different enough. This is the dark. Yeah. We'll go with light Shaded Spruce. So same color, just a little bit lighter. Lots of green and red. I think that's all I need to color in. All right. Aren't they so cute? My goodness. So adorable. And this is Pale Papaya that I've been coloring the noses in. I don't know why I seem to like that. Doesn't bring a whole lot of attention to their noses, but it's still color. All right, so let's see. I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on it, just at the top and then towards the center. I know, isn't it so fun to color these guys in? So pretty. Hey, Dad. Not sure when you joined us, but love you. So fun when friends join me live. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this off that will line up with the bottom of the card. So yes, I am trimming off the bottom of the snowman here. They're a little bit bigger cluster than the other one was. Now this card, again, it's going to take a little bit longer to dry because I put all that white craft on there. Okay, so you do want to be careful with that. Now because I added that yellow star, I'm going to take a sponge and I'm going to sponge some yellow, especially right around the star. And then out a little bit. So it's brightest around, it's probably a little bit too bright, but that's all right. Add a little glow to the around the trees there. So it's lighting up the sky. And I'm not sure what I want to use this card for yet. I don't know, should we make another bird flying? We'll color that bird in red. Because we can. Because I missed out in coloring that one red, I'm gonna do this one red. There's a red and a blue bird now. So cute. And let's see, since I used shaded spruce, maybe I'll use that as the background. Snowmen are so fun. Four and a quarter. Oh, I hear my elementary boys home now. Ooh, and that's a pretty border there of that green, isn't it? So I will just glue that down. I'll probably add a sentiment on it somewhere. I just don't know how I want to use it yet. So here's a little bit more Avid card. That white craft, again, friends, if you don't have the white craft pad, it's like a must-have in the wintertime. It's just so much fun. And let me warn you, because one of my friends just ordered, the Whisper White craft pad does not come inked. So it will be, the pad itself will be completely blank, and you get the refill with it, and you just have to add the refill, maybe add with the back of a spoon and press that into the foam pad. So you will have to ink it up the first time you get your Whisper White craft pad. I think they just do that because it is a little messier. But isn't that fun? Look how cute those snowmen are. So cute. And that was without any, because when I made this other card, we had that puffy paint kind of, so when you blob on little, what is that called? I forget, but it heats up like a puff accent. So I had added that on the trees and stuff too, which added a little extra. But even without that, you can add some fun. Again, if you have small little dots for snow, that's such a fun thing to add with the craft white pad. So I hope you liked all the things that we made today with SNOWBODY BETTER. It is a fun stamp set. I love, like I said, I love snowmen, even though I'm not fond of the snow for too long, but it's a cute stamp set to use like all winter long. And you could send snowmen for so many different reasons, like I said, and they lend themselves to just being awesome for any occasion. I was going to show you how to make this a bay window card. I will still show you the dimensions here. I'm just not going to make it because I'm running out of time, guys. But a bay window card is just a different way to fold a card. And it will fold down so that you can put it in an envelope like normal, but then when you folded it up and score it and tuck it behind your message, it will stand up like that, and it looks like a little bit of a bay window, and you can decorate all the windows. I'll show you. My friend, some of you know, Sharon McBride, and she made this beautiful pansy one that had thank you on the inside and tucks in, and added that pretty flower on just the front panel. So you can keep it as simple as you want, even though it had a lot of beautiful dies, but she just decorated the front. Or with mine, I also added some cute little snowmen to all the pieces, and the penguin to all those little bay pieces. So the bay window is fun. We're doing that for my club. But I did want to show you at least the dimensions where you score. So you will score at 5.5, just like normal. And you also cut your card base. So here's one that I haven't done yet. You cut your card base up and down. So instead of, like usually when I cut out a piece, just for you visual learners, usually when I take an 8.5 by 11, I cut it down the center for a basic card base. But when you make these cards, you want to cut it in the center at 4.25 all the way down this way. So it's going to be a longer card to work with. And then you score it at 5/8, 2 1/8, 3 3/8, 4 7/8, and then the 5.5. So there's a lot of eighths, I know, but it's nice. I've seen some other videos that score it differently in different places, but I like this measurement a little bit more because when you tape down this smaller piece, so that is the piece that gets taped down, so it matches the side when you tuck that little side in. It's just a little bit wider for your adhesive. So that's called a bay window card. If you want to know more or see somebody put it together, there's lots of videos. If you would just look in YouTube and search up bay window card, you can watch probably several different videos on how to do that. But I just wanted to show that as well to you, because maybe you were thinking, what in the world? So, but I hope you did love what I was able to show you with these cute little snowmen stamped on velvet, stamped just in one color. Again, if you order using through my website and through and using the host code R4NJY6XV, by Monday night you'll get the pieces to make this card. And you can use your own colors. Here's used watercolored pencils. Here's a little peekaboo window, having them peek out of an oval. You could use a circle too. Here was a couple masking techniques as well. So lots of fun with the snowmen. And I can't wait to see some of you at my Christmas card class this coming week. I'm super busy right now, and because I've got my club coming tomorrow, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And Saturday, I've got some of my team members coming to an on-stage event, so I'm so excited to see some new things. If you have questions about being on my team right now, there's a discount. I think I shared that with you last week. That right now they're giving a discount, and it's only $75. It's usually $99. You get $125 worth of stuff. This is the first time in a long time I've seen them actually just discount the starter kit. So it's only $75 to start up, which is awesome. And then you have through, so October, November, December is a quarter. Then January, February, March. You have through the end of March to get your first $300 in sales, which is super doable. So if you have any questions about joining my team right now, please do. We do a lot of fun stuff. So like I said, Saturday I've got some of my team members coming over and I'm going to spoil them. But I'm pre-cutting stuff right now for cards for them to put together. And we get to watch some presentations with a new product that's nobody has seen yet. So that's fun. We'll get the January through June catalog and start seeing new stuff presented, which I'm so excited to watch that on Saturday. And that actually starts tomorrow night. Stampin' Up! Is going to have people from America's Got Talent finalists, so we get to be entertained. It's a lot of fun, and we get to watch stuff Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that's for demonstrators who signed up for that. And then starting Monday, people are going to come to my card class. So I'm so excited to see people for my card class. So again, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. And I will see you back here next week after I've seen a lot of new stuff. I might be tempting you and teasing you with some new things. So All right. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks so much for coming. Bye.